Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Your Competitive Edge with Baird and Warner. I'm Lauren Walker from Inman. I'm really glad to be here again today. And we're talking about business planning. It's almost the end of 2021. 2022 is coming up hard and fast. So we better have a plan in place. And for that, we are talking with the exact right people. We've got Vicki Dean and Renee Soder here to talk about it. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us. We're excited to be here.
I'm so glad because I have a lot of questions. So business planning is a nice to have thing, or is it a must have thing? What do you think?
Oh, must have.
Must have.
Yeah, we didn't even pause here.
No,
it's a must have.
Yeah, you didn't think about that. That was good. That was good. So, okay, well, let's start from the beginning. How do you get started?
Well, I'm going to let Vicki because Vicki and I work together with business planning with our agents, and Vicki kind of takes the kickoff, and then I step in. So I'm going to let Vicki share her magic, what she does.
Well, business planning has also always been for me like the 800-pound gorilla in the room, and it's how do we get people to do it? We know we need to have it. It's one of those things. So what I ended up coming up with, we have a 3-part seminar where I deal with business planning as a whole, a session based on the numbers, why we need numbers, why we need a business plan. We talk extensively about how to set goals, which can be an issue in all parts of our life. Yes. We have a second, and the good thing about it is that we make them come away. They have to finish that. They have their numbers in front of them. They do the work there. As I start the session, I tell them, if I give you the numbers and I give you the sheets, 6 months later, like me, you're going to find it under your car seat with the French fries.
Yes.
We don't get it done. We have great intentions. So they are hands-on, let's get it done workshops. Second one talks about what type of marketing, where did your leads come from? What type of marketing did you do? What worked, what didn't work? And we talk about what they want to do next year. And it's very interactive, sharing ideas, sharing thoughts between different brokers, because we all take it different ways. And then the last session is our biggest hurdle for all of us. We talk about how do we put it all together? How do we do time management so that we have a life and we have a business and we're always working on our business instead of being reactive all the time. So we put all those 3 things together, come out with actually filled out sheets from those seminars. And then their directive is to schedule a time with Renee to dive down into the details one-on-one.
Okay. So what I heard from that's really exciting to me is the tactical aspect of it, of having be guiding people through it, that it's not just handing off worksheets and saying, go home and fill these out, because as you're saying, not going to happen. Right. And then the historical aspect of it, like to plan for the next year, you got to know where you came from. You got to know what you did.
Yes, you can't get somewhere new if you don't know where you are, both with getting more clientele or with even how do you set numbers if you don't know where your numbers came from or where they are. And I think the biggest fear for brokers is they don't want to look at their numbers. and I started out saying, it doesn't matter what your numbers are. This is a starting point. So let's go up from here and this will help you get there.
Okay. It's feeling like therapy, but I think that's a good.
There's a lot of therapy.
All right. So fine tuning. Renee, take me through that. What does that look like?
So one of my favorite parts of my job is being able to sit down with my brokers and really taking a look at their business, what they did, what they're proud of, what they want to work on for next year, and really taking a deep dive into where, like I said, where their business came from, how did they get it, and how much time and energy did they put in, what's working for them, what's not working for them. And then making a plan and kind of working off what Vicki has already worked with them. This is where they want to be. How are we going to get there? Because it's one thing to have a plan, and it's the big thing is to execute the plan. And how are you going to do that? It's not just, this is what I want. We've got to figure out specifically the activities and the time that you're going to need and money to put into making it happen. So we'll spend time, we'll go through, are they in a great frame of mind? Do they have the right attitude for this? Because that's important too, to have the right attitude and frame of mind and really look at it. This is your business. And if you're not going to implement what we're working with you, it's not going to work. So let's put forth a plan of action.
Again, therapy, but yes.
Yes, lots of it.
So much. Yeah, that's got to be and it's so individualized, because I feel like when I think business plan, I feel like I should be able to download a template, and just find a roadmap. Like, I'm just going to do this. Why is that wrong? Why is it so specific?
Well, I think that's the reason you see so many podcasts, so many trainers, this is a way to get rich quick. This is a way to get 27 listings in a week. This is a way to do this. It isn't a one size fits all. And I think you need to, one of the things that I really work on them within a group, and the discussions help with that. What are you good at? How do you come across? How do you generate? Some people will pick up a phone and call. I hate phone calls. But I am great one-on-one. I will go meet anybody, do anything, anytime. So what are you good at? Where's your comfort zone? Where's your niche? And then work from there. And it is, if you want to do it right, it's learning who you are and how you project yourself, how to build your business. So it can't be a one size fit all.
We spend a lot of time going through and really helping the agents identify where their strengths are. Some of the agents are incredible at open houses and getting business. And if that's the case, can we improve on that? If you're already doing a great job, maybe it's the frequency. Instead of doing, one a month, maybe we up that if you want to increase your business. Others are social media. Others are connecting and networking with people. So it's really helping your agents identify where their strengths are. And then from that, where they want to go, and helping them, put it to paper, and then actually doing it and implementing it. And then part of it is finding out, I always ask the agents, where do you feel like you need help? Like, everybody's got, things that they don't like to do, they struggle with. What are those things? Is it something that we can take and train and work with you to make you better? Or is it something that we can just take off the table and then have you do these things you're good and you add and you like to do? So it's, and as you said, one size fits all. We have some agents who will come in on a little scrap piece of paper and have jotted down, this is my goal, how much income I want to make, how many deals I want to sell. And then I have others that have a whole Excel spreadsheet based on average sale price, list to sale ratios, know how many calls it's going to take to generate business to get to their numbers. So everybody's different. So we have to be able to, when we're doing business planning, shift to help each agent with how they learn what they want. It's about them. It's not about us.
Right. It's meeting them where they are, and then helping them support to get where they want to be, instead of saying, you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way. And they get flooded, with emails and try this, try that, that doesn't work. Narrow it down to 3 good things, make them better. That works.
All right. I have a question for both of you. From your own experience doing your business planning, what is something that happened that you just wish you knew what you know now then, or a mistake or a misstep? Share the good stuff.
Who wants to go first? You want me to take this one first?
Please.
Okay, I'll take it first. So I have been selling real estate or managing for probably close to 30 years, maybe a little bit more. I can remember years back as an agent, I was maybe 6 years in the business, and I was a good agent, but I was a bad agent. My manager, who was wonderful, was always trying to get me to sit down and let's business plan. And I'm fly by the seat of my pants. I just want to do what I did last year, but really didn't take time to analyze what I was doing, what I was going to do. And then one year it happened. I had the worst year ever. Like, I had been consistent, and it seemed like every transaction I had fell apart. The business wasn't coming in. And I realized flying by the seat of my pants wasn't going to cut it moving forward, that this is a career. I'm responsible. I can't rely on luck and people to call me. And I changed my whole outlook on business planning after having a year where I kind of struggled and had to kind of get it business back up and running. So that for me, and like I said, that was 6 or 7 years into it, was my okay, I need to really look at this the right way and like a business and have a plan and execute on things. So that was my oops moment.
Wow, that's an aha moment or an aha year.
Big aha.
Right. All right, Vicky, how about you?
It's almost the same thing. It's very similar because I think that's the biggest downfall when you are running your own business. You know, you were wearing all the hats at the same time, and you get very busy working in your business. You know, you're very transaction and very reactive, and you're not being proactive or working on your business. And I wish I had been better at that business plan implementation, knowing my numbers, but also having that routine weekly, those things that I knew I needed to get done weekly, so that even if I was busy with clients, I had time built in to keep working on my business, to keep that funnel full, even when I'm crazy. And I think that is a huge downfall. We're busy, we're running around with our clients, we're doing everything we can, and then they're all settled and done, and there's nothing going on because we haven't been working on our business in the meantime. So I think trying to instill that in new brokers or
Yeah,
encourage brokers to start with that process makes a huge difference.
I can see that. And now you're both with Baird and Warner, of course, and this is your focus. You're designated within the office. This is what you do a day in and day out. So talk to me a little bit about what it is about business planning and Baird and Warner. What are the tools? What are the systems that Baird and Warner has that's unique?
Yeah, what do you want me?
Basically, I think they do a really good job of putting together, a really strong guideline for brokers to take a look at, to implement, to kind of help walk them through a business plan. But as Renee said, we have people that are very top line, and then people that dive down into the details. So it's a great starting point. And then I think what's nice is that we have the staff here to be able to work with those brokers in more detail, get them more information, do like the goal setting coaching and the time management coaching on a more individual level. And I don't believe a lot of brokerages have that, or have the time, or have a managing broker that's their job solely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we have a lot of resources available through Baird and Warner that most brokers don't get.
Well said.
Okay.
So I'm
Good.
going to just
Thank you.
expand on that just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about the business planning, and usually what I want is somebody to walk out of my office and have a list of things that they want to accomplish, and then I help them with the how. And then between Vicky, we have other trainers. We divide and conquer. All right, Vicky's going to work with you on your CRM because we need to make that more consistent, and work on your newsletters. You know, you feel a little uncomfortable with dot loop. Todd's going to work with you on that. So we kind of take, and then we hold them accountable. So once they leave with, they've created what they need to do after a conversation to help them do better in the following year, then we all work together as a team in the office to make sure that it gets done, to help them, and then to follow up. So I do have a lot of agents that, whether it's weekly or once a month after their business planning, I'm checking in. You said we were going to do this. How's it going? Do you have questions? How can I support you? And why didn't you get it done? I'll do that as well. So it's, like I said, leaving with the plan. Now it's time for action, because if you don't take the action, it's not going to happen. And like I said, many years in the business, I've learned that unless that follow through is there, you can have the best plan, but it's not going to come into fruition.
I think what we're seeing too, when we've started these groups, everybody has their individual plan, and you're not necessarily sharing your numbers with somebody else, but the group interaction over those 3 sessions has created small accountability groups within the brokers themselves.
That's great.
And not only does it become accountability, then it becomes like work groups. Let's get together and get this done, or let's work on this type of a project. There's so much collaboration in this office that it's amazing. They may all be working on a mailer. They may all be taking it to a different area and doing slightly different things with it, but they're all working on it together. So I love to see that. And I think that's been one of the good, hold each other accountable. And now what grows out of that? Let's hold each other accountable for our marketing.
That's pretty powerful. I'm hearing 2 really strong messages that I just want to highlight as we wrap up. One is, a business plan does not happen in a vacuum. You need,
Never happens in a vacuum.
right? You need the data, you need input, and you need collaboration from other people. And also, it's not a one and done. I'm not going to build a business plan today and never look at it again for the rest of the year. It's a living organism almost. Would you agree with that?
Look at it quarterly. We even do a mini version of the business planning in June for mid-year checkup. So you should always be looking at it and aware of your numbers.
That's great. Well, this was a fabulous examination of business planning. And if somebody who hasn't quite done it yet is ready to get started, maybe they can reach out to Baird and Warner and learn a little bit
The
more.
people.
About Wonderful. Well, thank you both for being here and sharing your expertise. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
All right, guys, have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.